Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer slash football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your favorite teams' predictions. All right. Today's prediction video will be for Thursday, May 1st, and I have a 6-game slate for you guys. I have 2 games for the UEFA Europe League. I have 2 games for UEFA Conference League. I got 1 game for the English Premier League and 1 game for the CONCACAF's Champions Cup. Like always, we'll talk about the teams. I'll let you know if there's any injuries. We'll talk about the total, and then I'll give you my predictions. But first, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, baby. I did not hit 100%. Unfortunately, my Barcelona did not come through for me. They ended up doing a tie. Oh my, I almost had it. I put PSG though. On Tuesday, I put PSG just to score a goal. They got that. Not only did they get the goal, they ended up winning the game with that 1 goal. I already knew they were going to score a goal. I did not expect for it to be that low, even though I did say total points under 2.5, but I did not expect for it to be that low of a game. Either way, we hit that one. I ended up doing 2 units. I hit one. I missed one. 50-50. Can't argue with that. My Barcelona, though, they could have done more. I feel like they could have done. What a coincidence. Inter Milan scores a goal. Then next thing you know, they score a goal. Inter Milan scores another goal. Barca scores another goal. And it was like back and forth 3 times. It's like, come on. If you could do that, you can score another one. Come on. I don't know what was up with them. I feel like they were just messing with them and then like they're going to finish them off next week or something. But let's see if we could do better this time around. All right. First on the list, we have Athletic Club versus Man U. Oh boy. Man, I want to say Man U. I really do. But they have not proven themselves to be a team that can just be consistent, go out there and win it every time, or at least every other time. I don't know. It's just bad. It's just bad. Look, their 5 most recent games, 1 win, 2 L's, and 2 draws in their 5 most recent games. What is that? Like, how can I be like, oh yeah, Manchester United is going to win? No, I can't, right? Athletic Club, on the other hand, they got 3 wins, 1 L, and 1 draw. To me, I feel like Athletic Club is the better team here. I don't know if they're going to end up winning this one because I honestly feel like this will be a tie. The total sitting at 2.5. Between these 2 teams going at it, as far as it covering 2.5, they've done this 2 out of 3 times. So they've gone head to head 3 times. And they've covered this 2.52 out of their 3 games. So I feel like this is going to be another tie. Their most recent was a tie between these 2 teams. So I feel like this could be a tie, but I feel like this is going to be more like a 1-1 game, maybe a 2-2. But if I had to pick a winning team here, it would probably be Athletic Club. Although I might just go with the tie. But as far as points, I think points here is the best way to go because, like I said, Manchester United, they could win here or they can lose or they can tie. It's like they don't have something that's like, yeah, for sure they're going to win. Like they don't have legit stats that show that they will be winners here. So to me, and then not only that, they're on the road, right? Let me see. On the road, as far as them getting a win, they have not. On the road, 3 most recent road games, not one of them was a win. So 2 draws and 1 L. Now, as far as Athletic Club at home, they won 3 of their most recent home games. So it seems like that's the best way to go for Athletic Club to win. But like I said, I'm not surprised if this ends up as a tie. But as far as points, though, I'm going to say Manchester United just to cover this point. Regardless of how they are, one thing I can say is they are consistent at least covering this 0.5. 4 out of their 5 most recent games, they've covered this 0.5. And as far as covering this 0.5 against Athletic Club, they've covered this the 3 times they went head to head. So to me, as far as points, give me Man U to cover this 0.5. Regardless if they win or lose, I feel like that is more promising than anything else. So All right. And injuries. I forgot to mention injuries. Athletic Club with two questionable players. Man U with 5 injured players and 2 questionable. So that right there lets me know, yeah, Athletic Club most likely going to end up winning the game. But at the end of the day, as far as points, I'm going to do Man U to just cover this 0.5. And as far as a win, give me a tie. All right, on to the next game. We have Tottenham at home with 2 injured players. Bodo Glimt on the road with 1 injured player and 2 questionable. So total sitting at 3. Now, these two teams have not gone head to head, right? I don't know how I feel about Tottenham winning this game. They're basically in the same boat as Manchester United. They're not consistent. Actually, they're more consistent on the L than the W, right? Their 5 most recent games, 3 L's, 1 win, and 1 draw. Bodo Glimt, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 win. Like I said, the total sitting at 3. These two teams have not gone head to head. I don't think this will go over 3, but I'm not surprised if this ends up as a tie as well, like maybe a 1-1 or a 2-2 game. If it does end up a 2-2, obviously that goes over 3, but team total points sitting at 2.5 for Tottenham. And as far as Bodo Glimt, they're sitting at 0.5. I don't know how Tottenham, I know they're at home. I know they got that favorism. But at home, they haven't gotten a win. Their 2 most recent home games, they have not gotten a win. Now, as far as that 2.5 for Tottenham, they've not been able to cover this. In their 5 most recent games, they have not been able to cover this. So I don't know where they're getting this 2.5, right? I'm not surprised if it happens, but actually I will be surprised if it happens just because that hasn't happened in their 5 most recent games. So yes, I'll be surprised. But Bodo Glimt, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they are the better team here. At least as far as what the stats show, their 5 most recent games from Bodo Glimt, they've won 3 times, tied once, and 1 L. So to me, the best team here right now is Bodo Glimt. Now, as far as points, I'm going to say Bodo Glimt to cover this 0.5. And I'm going to tell you why. 5 out of their 5 most recent games, they've covered this 0.5. Every single game they've played, as a matter of fact, I think back up to like 6 or 7 games straight, they've been able to cover this 0.5. So, to me, as far as points, I'm going to say Bodo Glimt to cover this 0.5. Tottenham has allowed their opponents to score 4 out of their 5 most recent games. So, yes, I see Bodo Glimt scoring a goal here. Give me Bodo Glimt just to score a goal here. And as far as a win, I'm going to say a tie. I'm not convinced on Tottenham to win here. As a matter of fact, I won't even be surprised if Bodo Glimt ends up winning this game. But I'm going to go with the tie on this. It is their first leg. First leg, half of the time, actually more than half of the time, it's always a tie for some reason. But yeah, I'm going to go with Bodo Glimt as far as a win here. Maybe a tie, but as far as points, I'm going to do Bodo Glimt over this 0.5. All right, guys, that was it for the UEFA Europe League. Now on to the UEFA Conference League. I don't know how to pronounce this, so don't make fun of me. D Garden, I think it's a Swedish team. They're going against Chelsea. Now, their 5 most recent games from, I'm going to call them Garden because DJ Garden, that's how I'm going to call them. I just cannot pronounce their name and I don't want to be disrespectful. So I'm going to say DJ Garden. As far as them, their 5 most recent games, they only got 2 wins, 1 tie, and 2 L's. Chelsea, 3 wins, 1 tie, and 1 L. Total sitting at 3. Team total sitting at 0.5 for DJ Garden and Chelsea sitting at 2.5. As far as Chelsea covering this 2.5, they've only been able to do this once in their 5 most recent games. And this one time was literally back in April 10th of 2025. Lately, they have not been able to cover this 2.5. Now, DJ Garden, as far as them allowing their opponents to score over 2.5, they have not. So their defense, I'm not going to say that they're the best because I really don't know much about this team. But one thing I can say as far as stats here, they're pretty good on defense. Not so much on the offense side, right? But as far as defense, they are a little bit better on that. Now, as far as Chelsea scoring this 2.5, I'm not surprised if it does go over 2.5, but I think as far as points, I'm going to have to say total under 3, because even if this ends up as a 3-0, I don't think this is going to go over 3. If I had to do points here, I think I would probably do Chelsea over 2.5 or total points under 3. But I'm not going to mess with the points because I don't know how this team is. I don't know how DJ Garden is that, like, as far as them going against a Premier League team. So I'm going to say just Chelsea to win here. I feel like Chelsea is the better team here. I'm going to probably say Chelsea just to win straight up. Injuries, DJ Garden have 1 questionable. Chelsea with 2 injured players and 5 questionable. Maybe because of that many injuries, Chelsea might not go over this 2.5. But regardless, I feel like they are the better team here. So give me Chelsea to win. And as far as points, if I had to choose one, I would probably say Chelsea over 2.5. I seem like maybe that's the best bet here, but I don't think I'm touching the points. All right, on to the next game. We have Real Betis at home with 2 injured players and 2 questionable. Fiorentina with 1 injured player and 3 questionable. Total sitting at 2.5. Team total sitting at 1.5 for Real Betis and 0.5 for Fiorentina. I feel like this can go over 2.5 as far as total points. The last time these two teams went head to head, it did go over that 2.5. So I'm going to say total points over 2.5 or Fiorentina just to cover this 0.5. 4 out of their 5 most recent games, they've covered this 0.5. Now, as far as Real Betis allowing their opponents to score, they've allowed their opponents to score 4 out of their 5 most recent games. So I think Fiorentina to cover this 0.5 is the best bet here as far as points. But I feel like this could go over as well as far as a 2.5. So, and as far as a win, I'm going to have to probably say Real Betis, they are the better team here. It seems to me that they are the better team here, but like I said, this is another first leg. I feel like this will be a tie as well. And I mean, Fiorentina have not taken an L in their 5 most recent games, right? They got 3 wins, 2 draws. Real Betis, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 L. I mean, as far as stats, Fiorentina is the better team, but we're talking about a team that's from Spain and a team that's from Italy. I think that maybe Real Betis is the better team here, but I mean, they both could be equally that good. So I'm going to say a tie here. As far as a win, I'm going to say a tie or maybe Real Betis to win here. But as far as points, either give me total points over 1.5 or Fiorentina just to cover this 0.5. I think that Fiorentina to cover this 0.5 is 99.9 more secure than the total points over 2.5. But yeah, all right, on to the next game. This is for the EPL. Nottingham at home. They got 1 injured player, 1 player with a red card, and 1 questionable. Brentford on the road with 4 injured players and 2 questionable. Nottingham is the favorite team here, but not by a lot. Man, I feel like this is another tie right here. Like, I don't know why. I feel like this is like Nottingham has not been all that great lately. Their 5 most recent games, they only got 2 wins and 3 L's. Brentford, on the other hand, they got 2 wins, 2 ties, and 1 L. Between these 2 teams going at it, their 5 most recent head-to-head, Brentford have won twice. Nottingham have won once, and they've tied twice. I feel like this could be a tie. Their most recent game, Nottingham did end up winning 2-0, but they were on the road. At home, their two most recent home games between these two teams, Nottingham have tied both of those games. So that's probably why I feel like this will be a tie, or Nottingham to win. But I just feel like this could be easily a tie. Now, as far as points, total sitting at 2.5 and team total sitting at 1.5 for both of these two teams. I feel like this could be a 2-2 game or a 1-1. No, I feel like this is going to go over 2.5. Like, I really do feel like this is going to go over 2.5. Let's see. As far as Nottingham covering this 1.5, their 5 most recent games, they've only been able to do this once. Maybe Brentford is the better team here, but yeah, this is a tough one because even Brentford, their 5 most recent games, I mean, they've covered this 1.5. They've covered this 2 out of their 5 most recent games. So, yeah, to me, I don't know. But it seems like Brentford have won twice between these two teams going at it. So maybe Brentford is the better team. Either way, I feel like this is going to be a tie. I don't know why. Either way, I'm not going to do a tie and I'm not going to do a win. I think to me, the best bet here is total points over 2.5. And that's what I'm rolling with as far as this bet here. But yeah. All right. On to the last game of the video, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think is going to happen. Give me your predictions. I'm curious to see what you got. If you want to shout out, use that hashtag right with my bet. I'll pick a lucky comment and I'll give you guys a shout out. All right. This last prediction will be for the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinals, second leg. Whoever wins this one advances to the finals. Cruz Azul at home versus Tigres. Cruz Azul, no injured players. Tigres only one injured player. And actually, this one injured player from Tigres is actually one of their best teams, or one of their best players. He is their striker, and he's the reason why this team, Tigres, have not been as good as they were last season. So I'm going to say Cruz Azul to win here. Their 2 most recent home games for Cruz Azul, they won one and tied the other one. Tigres, as far as them beating Cruz Azul, which they have done twice, they've only been able to do this at home. Tigres is not playing at home. They're on the road. On the road, they cannot beat Tigres as far as their 2 most recent home games or road games. So I'm going to say Cruz Azul to win here. I feel like they are the better team this season. 5 most recent games from both of these two teams, actually, they have not taken an L. Cruz Azul, 2 wins, 3 draws. Tigres, 3 wins, 2 draws. Even though the stats say Tigres is a better team, Tigres have actually gone head-to-head with tougher teams than Cruz Azul. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to say Cruz Azul. Like I said, they've been better this season. I feel like they could win this one. Their first leg was a 1-1, so I feel like maybe it could be a tie, but I really doubt it. I'm going to go with Cruz Azul to win here. And as far as points sitting at 2.5, I mean, they've covered this 2.5 2 out of their 5 most recent games. So only twice they've been able to do this. I don't know how I feel about this 2.5. I'm going to say under. But this one's a little sweaty for me. Yeah, Tigres on the road, they're just terrible. They're just a terrible team on the road. I mean, I'm looking at the stats here. They've only played once on the road in their 5 most recent games, and they cannot win. As a matter of fact, they couldn't even score. Now, at home, they played 4 times, and they've won 3 times, right? So, yeah, it seems like on the road, they're just not the best team. So, give me Cruz Azul to win here. And as far as points, I'm going to say Cruz Azul over 1.5. I think maybe that's the better bet here as far as points. But yeah, this one's a tough one, guys. So I'm going to go with Cruz Azul over 1.5. And as far as a win, I'm going to go with Cruz Azul. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope the information I gave you was good enough for you guys to make the right picks. I hope you guys end up winning. But most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.